You were 16, standing in front of your entire class, and you accidentally said, "I love you" to your teacher instead of "thank you." The room went dead silent for a second, then erupted into laughter. Your face went red, your stomach dropped, and you wanted to disappear into the floor. That was years ago. The people who laughed, they forgot about it within a week. But you still think about it at 2 a.m. for absolutely no reason. Why does your brain do this to you? Here's the uncomfortable truth. Your brain isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. And once you understand why, that memory loses a lot of its power over you. Let's start with the amygdala, the almond-shaped structure deep in your brain that handles emotional processing. When something embarrassing happens, your amygdala treats it almost like a threat. Not a physical threat like a tiger, but a social threat. And to your brain, social threats are deadly serious. Here's why. For most of human history, survival depended on the group. If the tribe rejected you, you didn't just feel sad, you could die. No protection, no food sharing, no mates. So your brain evolved a system that treats social humiliation with the same urgency as physical danger. That memory of blurting out, "I love you" to your teacher, your brain filed that under things that could get you kicked out of the group. And memories tagged as dangerous get stored harder, deeper, and with more emotional weight than ordinary memories. This is called the amygdala's role in emotional memory consolidation. Neutral events fade fast. Emotionally charged events, especially ones involving shame, get reinforced every time you think about them. And here's the cruel twist. Replaying the memory to process, it often makes it stronger, not weaker. Each replay is basically your brain hitting save again. There's also something called the spotlight effect, a well-documented psychological bias. It's the false belief that everyone is paying way more attention to you than they actually are. When you embarrassed yourself, you assumed everyone noticed and everyone remembers. In reality, most people were thinking about themselves, not you. Studies on this bias show people consistently overestimate how much others notice their mistakes, sometimes by more than double. So why do you remember it, even if nobody else does? Because you experienced it from the inside. You felt the heat in your face, the racing heart, the urge to disappear. Nobody else had access to that internal experience. They just saw a funny 2-second moment and moved on. You're the only person who lived inside that memory, which is exactly why it feels so much bigger to you than it ever was to anyone else. Now, here's the part that should make you feel a little less crazy. This isn't a personal flaw. It's not because you're insecure or weak. Every human brain with a functioning amygdala does this. Some people just have a more reactive stress response, which means the memory gets tagged with even more intensity. If you're someone who replays cringe memories on a loop, it might mean your threat detection system is simply more sensitive, not that something is wrong with you. So, what actually helps? Psychologists point to something called cognitive reappraisal, consciously reframing the memory. Instead of replaying the moment and feeling the shame again, try narrating it like a story about someone else. There was this kid who once told his teacher he loved her. Distance reduces emotional charge. Brain imaging studies show that reframing memories this way literally lowers amygdala activation. The other key shift, remind yourself of the actual math. The spotlight effect means almost nobody remembers what you remember. That classmate who laughed the loudest, he's busy replaying his own embarrassing moment from last year. Everyone is starring in their own highlight reel of shame, and you have a cameo role in almost none of theirs. Your brain isn't punishing you. It's an overprotective alarm system, stuck in a setting built for a world that doesn't exist anymore. One where one bad moment could get you exiled from the tribe. You're safe now. The tribe doesn't care, and neither should you.